We back, baby, and we back in the win column. Let's get it going.
Hey, yo, Pop.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, yo, Poppy. What's poppin', B?
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Papi. Que pasa, mi primo?
Going on, Swoop Boy Nation, Swoop Brethren, Swoop Sisters. It's been a minute, but we back. We back. Needed to get out. Needed to go ahead and talk a little sports. Big Todd, what's going on? Todd, I'm sorry for last night, brother. I'm sorry I had to go ahead and do you like that in fantasy, but you know it's all love, brother. You had to be stopped though because your team was too untouchable. You had one of those superpower teams. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna win. I thought Cup did, that's the bed for me. But luckily, we had some other guys pick up the slack. We were able to go ahead and do it. I got that one. But see, what worries me about getting that one is what happens later on in the season. Because me and you are kind of like the two guys at the top right now, and we're going for it. So I'm kind of hoping that I didn't blow the load last night, and if I do end up having to see you later on in the season, that wasn't the one that takes me out. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you, Carl? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, guys. We're here. Let them know. Let them know it's a Victory Tuesday. Let them know it's a Victory Tuesday. The Philadelphia Flying High Eagles have won ahead and routed the Miami Dolphins. That's right. 6-1, baby. 6-1. We're the only ones that can really go ahead and say this right now. It feels good. It feels great. The Dolphins, I know a lot of people were a little worried. We lost to the Jets. Things might have been looking a little bit interesting, but nah, the Eagles had it. We're going to definitely get into how Howie's the shit, because Howie is the shit. Oh, you already know we about to talk about that new word in town. You already know what I'm saying? So look, y'all want to talk about it? Let's just get right into it. Y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, Howie said, Howie jumped on the phone, you know what I'm saying? And he had to go ahead and let it know.
Word out there that we back up. Understand me? We back up.
Back up, he said. And the thing that I love about this, let me just get it out. We signed and we traded for safety Kevin Byard. Yo, Kevin Byard is officially a Philadelphia Eagle. Now, back in 2017, when his contract was coming up to being to going ahead and being a free agent, or he was going to go ahead and look for a new home, this was a prime candidate that I really wanted to go ahead and sign. I mean, cuz the two words describe him, right? Ball hawk. And that's exactly who this guy is. This is exactly what the Eagles need. Big play Slay, shout out to him, tipping the cap because he came up big with that big takeaway. I feel like we've been lackluster. The last takeaway we actually did get was back at the Tampa Bay game. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to keep these Johns coming. 6-1 Victory Tuesday. Yes, sir. And Carl, you hit it right on the head. I'm going to get to that in a little bit because that's the other thing. But yeah, 6-1 victory, us and the Chiefs. Man, forget the Chiefs, because you know what? They for all the struggles that the Eagles might have been having, the Chiefs have having the same struggles, if not more. So I ain't worried about the Chiefs, because you know what? At the end of the day, they got a great quarterback. We got a great quarterback. Not worried about it at all. The Philadelphia Flying High Eagles are officially in. Byard, all pro safety. You guys are all saying in the chat, all pro safety. This dude is the real deal. Let me explain something to you. You have Jalen Carter up front next to his buddy, Jordan Davis. You know what I'm saying? Two big wrecking balls coming at you from both sides. You can't stop them. They're tearing these offensive lines apart. Baby Rhino and the double team grabber. You know what I'm saying? And now we've already had Haason Reddick. Since he's gotten that cast off, y'all see my boy has been a game wrecker. Comes through putting hands, feet, and fists all over the quarterbacks. What I love about Haason Reddick, when he gets going, this dude almost embodies Brian Dawkins, right? This dude, do y'all notice when when Brian Dawkins, how he used to come out and do the Weapon X dance and all that. Do y'all kind of see when Hassan Reddick is like rushing the QB, they try to push him down, they try to take him out of the play, and he like goes on all fours, just like Dawkins, like coming out of the tunnel. It's kind of crazy. I see it all the time, and I freaking love it. So now he's got the cast off. That man's becoming a sack machine all over again. Now you got Byard right in the center of the defense. Now, if you guys already enjoy watching Reed Blankenship on this defense, now you're going to have Reed Blankenship along with Byard right there in the middle of the defense. And then you're going to be able to start subbing in Sidney Brown. This is crazy. This is crazy. This defense isn't going to be able like that. So now you've got the front, right? The front is like just coming at you. 2 tanks at the front. And then you even got the OGs, you know what I'm saying? Phil subbing in too. They found the fountain of youth. They're subbing in. Now you got the middle of the defense. These guys are going to be trying to grab for balls. These guys are going to be covering. It's about to be absolutely crazy. And then you have 2 heat-seeking missiles in the back of the defense, right? You got Big Play Slay and you got James Bradbury. These guys are going to be able to fly all over the place because literally from top to bottom, the defense is now completely whole. Like, I know a lot of people were worried, like the middle of our defense, and rightfully so, because we were getting shredded. You know, like Slay and Bradbury can only play containment for so long, and then you started seeing what defenses would do. They start attacking that center of the field. They start trying to attack the middle of the defense, get those little short routes, keep getting them. And I know, you want to live, to play another down, the bend don't break theory and all that. However, sometimes when you get these real big offenses, it can be a lot on a defense like that. So, the hat. I always like to start off. So I'm glad you said that, Cozy. I'm gonna get to these comments real quick, but so Cozy noticed it right here. We have, this is personal friends of mine. The hat right here. You see the Philly P Star. This is the Love Park, y'all. The Love Park, the ode to the park in Philadelphia. You see the blues, the greens. It's a little bit of dancing with the metallics, the reds, the green, it's the blues. This is literally, if you go look at the Love Park sign in Philadelphia, this is the Love Park sign. Now you say it's a great hat, and I'll say that all day. Shout out to my brother Fredo. Fredo, you did great on this hat. Broad Street brims, you guys killed this. Yo, a beautiful hat. And the reason I had to put this hat on today is because y'all already know, and I'm going to talk about it towards the end. We got a big game today, the Phillies, but I felt like the Phillies needed a little bit of that Kelly Green magic, So I said, let me get the red with the green, you know what I'm saying? The Kelly Green with the red, you know what I'm saying? I want this juju to go, from the Eagles Monday night or Sunday night right on into the Phillies for this Game 7 elimination game that we are going to win, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to win. But back to the lecture at hand. Kevin Byard. This dude, like, I don't understand it. I don't think everybody understands exactly what we're getting here. Like, this dude, like, ball hawk. He always seems to be exactly where the ball is. He makes a big play. The ball's in the air. There he is. You see him flexing. Like, come on, Kansas City. We're probably going to be seeing them. Well, we are definitely going to be seeing them in a bit, but we might see them in the postseason. Kevin Byard right there making a big play. This dude is a walking highlight reel, ladies and gentlemen. Like, wherever the ball is, I guarantee you're going to find him. He's just like, he's built for this. Now, I know some people said, well, we gave up a 5th and a 6th. Bro, a 5th and a 6th is nothing. A 5th and a 6th for this guy, and we're only going to have to pay him just north of $3 million this year. His contract, I believe, next year is like it's either 12 or 14 million. Bro, Howie's either going to restructure this contract and give him another year or two because he's going to win. The reason he's upset, he wanted to get out of the Titans. He wanted to get out of there because he wanted to, get to a competitive franchise. He's with Philly. This is the best chance he's going to have at going ahead and getting a ring. So he's probably going to want to restructure his contract. He's probably going to want to stick around for another 2 to 3 years. Probably something a little bit smaller than what Big Play Slay got. Look, the Birds got money to spend next season. It just makes sense. Now, if he does end up wanting to leave, it's okay because we already have Reed Blankenship by the end of this season, Sidney Brown is going to go ahead and start, being a more solid person that we're going to have in the lineup, possibly a starter. And you're going to get a comp pick for this guy. Someone is going to sign him. If he doesn't want to stay with us next season and he doesn't want to extend with Philly, wants to test the free agent, we will get a comp pick. So that 5th and that 6th, it's going to be good. So yeah, but I mean, bro, the fact that we're going to have 3 of these guys, like actual starters that are going to be healthy, because we have others that just on IR right now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he's perfect. He's made for Philadelphia. Let me get to some of these comments real quick here. I see y'all. Oh, yeah, Cozy. That's right. He is another hometown hero. First Reddick, then Swift, now Byard. Hey, man. The Philly boys are coming home. They're coming home, Like, the middle of the field was wide. Yeah, it was wide open. So this is a perfect addition. And for the two draft picks, look, a 5th and a 6th. Let me name some other names. What was the kid's name? Gerard, we got a couple years ago from the Browns, didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? We traded for Robert Quinn last season. Robert Quinn acted like he did not want to even be in Philadelphia. So come on, man. I think this might be the best mid-season addition to the Eagles franchise since the Super Bowl season when they brought in what's his name from Miami, the running back. I think that this might be just as good as when we signed him, Jay Ajayi. So fly, Patriot, fly. Oh, no, OT. You already know. It's all about them birds over here. Yeah, man. Ranger Suarez is gonna be cool as ice today, guys. We're gonna be all right on the bump. I'm not worried about it at all. Phillies in 7. It shouldn't have had to get this far, but unfortunately it did. Phillies minus, yeah. Because you know what, man, the Diamondbacks are a professional team. I'll get to them in a minute. We'll get to that. I don't want to get I want to stick right here on the Birds for a minute. Number 1 rated safety the last 2 years. Yo, this guy has multiple 100 tackle seasons. He already has 47, I believe, this season, and we're not even halfway there yet. That's what he's doing on a team right now that isn't even really competitive. When this kid gets to Philadelphia and he actually gets settled into our defense, it's about to be nasty. Now, y'all know as soon as this dude went ahead and everyone found out he was coming to Philly, the first video that started going viral all over again, and I love it. I love it. I love the disrespect. I love seeing it. Dancing on the Dallas Star. Give it to me. Put it in my veins. Pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it. That's what I like to see. Bro, he gets it. This dude was already hating the Dallas Cowboys while he was on the Titans. This kid is from Philadelphia originally. You think when he puts on that midnight green and he gets to see Dallas, he ain't showing out? Bro, if I don't get some disrespectful star stuff this season, I'll understand it because maybe Hurts and them be like, don't do that. But I ain't gonna lie. If it happens, I'm gonna be cheering it on. I love when the Dallas Star gets stepped on, when it gets disrespected, when the Cowboys get mad about it. Because you know what? F them 2 times. Who gives a shit about your stinking ass star? Your raggedy ass star. Your shit is tired, bro. Your shit is tired. And you know what? Do it. I want to see a gang of birds flapping wings on that star. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Let's see it. I could live with that. That would be cool to me. Ready to run someone down, bro. Byard watching the ball for, bro. He's gonna be, because it's just the fact that he hasn't had people up front like he has in Philly right now. He hasn't had a Jordan Davis. He has not had a bread man. You know what I'm saying? So now that he has these guys in front of him, I think this dude's like his career, he's gonna have one of those, like, not that he hasn't really taken a dip. He was an all pro. He was, just a couple seasons ago. So the thing about it is, now that he's gonna have that, just like you're seeing guys like Fletch and BG get the fountain of youth effect, I think you're gonna see that with Byard now that he's coming to Philly and he actually has vile pieces around him. You know what I'm saying? PFF. I mean, sometimes we listen to PFF, sometimes not. It just depends. 3's still great though. Exactly. 3's still great. This dude at 30 years old. Look, safety, 30 years old, probably has another 2 to 3 good years in him. That's all I'm saying. I believe with the rated number, yeah, rated FS, blah blah. The Titans are the Eagles, bro. So I do see this narrative kind of going around about a lot of people saying that the Titans they're stupid for keep trading with the Eagles, but the reality of the situation is he wasn't happy there, and they were already looking. This trade has been they've been trying to do it for about a week or so. This trade has been in the works for about the past week. He wanted out. They didn't want him to be there to be disgruntled or whatever. I don't think they have I don't think the Titans do have a clear direction on exactly what they want to do. However, it did make sense for them to keep him there. Like I said, disgruntled employee in the locker room is never a good thing. Your quarterback's already done for the season. So I guess might as well get something instead of nothing because he probably isn't going to play for them, so why not? Get the 5th and the 6th. And then the Edmonds thing, that's just like a throw-in just so they have somebody to take his place. But it was funny because I know I'm not the only one who was watching Edmonds on the game on Sunday night. Like, get this kid out. Like, he's over here getting ran on by, and I know it's Tyreek Hill, but still, bro, it's like, come on, man. Like, have a little bit of dignity, a little bit of respect for yourself. Pick yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Him and Reed, bruh. It's yeah, same college, bro. I think it's Tennessee boys and Tennessee boys. It's gonna be a good look. Kelsey Bowl 2.0. I don't know. Maybe there's all this Taylor Swift. They're gonna want the Taylor Swift attention in the Super Bowl. I think they can't get her to perform there, so maybe they can get her to show up as a date. James was rated higher as the rated safety, but Byard is still top shelf. Yeah, I mean, look, he might not be number one. Look, number 3 is still great. Someone needs to shit on the star. Yo, shit on the Dallas Stars is wild. But wouldn't be mad. I think someone needs to go ahead and shit in a bag, light it on fire, and leave it on the Dallas Star. That would be fun to me. Now, speaking of people, other great players, we got to talk about him. The big man, like you said, Tennessee gave us this boy right here, A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, in 5 straight games, has topped 125 receiving yards. The only other player to do it, you guys know it already, Calvin Johnson. If he does one more game, if he does it this week, bro, that's 6 games straight. He'll have the record. But I mean, just to have AJ Brown mentioned in the same air as a Calvin Johnson, like, we know what Calvin Johnson meant to the league when he was there, So I mean, that I think AJ, slow start to the season, had a little bit of a rough patch, but sheesh, my boy kind of found it. Hey, Ravens versus Eagles in the Super Bowl is not impossible because them boys is balling over there. And I mean, when you're talking about quarterbacks that just always wow me, Lamar's at the top of the list. Lamar's got a freaking cannon. He's fast like a wide receiver. I don't even want to say like a running back. He's fast like a wide receiver, bro. And his elusiveness is absolutely crazy. And Byard just walked in the building, bro. I can't wait to get the I almost wanted to wait till after that so I could play it on here, but it's been so long. I just wanted to talk to you guys. I'm gonna start getting back on my Mondays or Tuesdays. And then I'm debating if I'm gonna set up Twitch instead of doing the StreamYard, either Twitch or Kick. We're gonna be figuring that out over the next week or two. Speaking of the Pats, though, love Pat. I need to see Lamar could do, bro. I think Lamar, if he can stay healthy, Lamar gets a solid playoff run, because that's what we haven't gotten to see yet, right? Lamar healthy through the whole playoffs, being able to go ahead and shoot it out. I think if we get to see that, it would be big. I'm not going to say that they choke in the playoffs. I think that Lamar just hasn't been healthy enough to the playoffs. And I mean, bro, not for nothing. Who is Lamar? Every time Lamar has a receiver there, they get rid of it. Like, he had Hollywood, they get rid of Hollywood. Like, they don't put the right weapons around Lamar. So, and it's kind of like the Buffalo Bills effect. Like, Josh Allen arrived. He starts being a good quarterback. Boom, they get, and they also get him Stephon Diggs, which helps out with the process. But then they just weren't focused on the defense. instead of try to build up. They need to have people on both, you know. So I think I think it's kind of the similar things for the Ravens. I don't think they choke at all. I think they just don't. It's a health issue, and then they don't have enough firepower. Choking is way far from what the Ravens do, though. I can't say that. Mario Goodrich gone. Byard can get 31. Goodrich is on the practice squad, so I don't even think it's a question. I think he can just walk right in and be like, honestly, I think when he gets there, it's hard. 31's already going to be. I think Goodrich is going to come. Goodrich came into practice this morning probably and had a different number. No one even said nothing to him. He just had to take that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't choke. They don't choke. They're not healthy as all. Yeah. And I think like Zay's just not enough. They need, like, look, you're in a time where you need two good receivers, and like I know Lamar does a lot of rushing, but Lamar needs real running back too. Just like Jalen, we're seeing Jalen Hurts getting banged up, and that's the next thing. I love Lamar. I want to see him succeed, but their offense isn't built for long-term success. I don't agree with that. I think, like we said, if he gets the proper pieces around him, I think Lamar, he definitely is going to go ahead and he'll be more successful. That's what I was just saying about the Bills. The Bills just kind of, bro, it's Josh. Their only play right now is Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. If it isn't that, you know, it's like, what else? What else? What is this other go-to option out there? Like, this is like, it's like the first season when we had Devontae. Like Devontae was balling, but just having Devontae was not enough. Like, he needed someone out there to go ahead and play, you know, draw coverage and be able to go ahead and, you know, help him scheme. So the Bills, the same thing. Like, Stephon Diggs ain't enough, bro. Stephon Diggs he's great, but you need someone to go ahead and go with it, because they're gonna double and triple team him to death, and that's why these guys can't seem to go ahead and get it together. I don't think they choke unless the Ravens trade for Adams and those receivers. Major teams in the playoffs. Yeah, so the Ravens tight end isn't a dog. Top 3 tight end. Yeah, Key went healthy though. Again, you know, that's like, yeah, and not for nothing, tight ends, they get injured because they're these big guys and they usually go barreling through the center of the, you know. So I don't know. The problem is the QB. Definitely not the QB. Definitely not the QB. Homie can ball. But anyway, like I was saying, before I get off track with that, yeah, man, I mean, it's just great seeing AJ like that and being able to ball. And, you know, people can complain and they can be mad all they want, you know, but they can't stop the Eagles when they get on that 1 yard line. And I'm happy, finally, we got the coach to speak up. If everybody could do it, everybody would do it. This meant a lot to have Coach say this. This meant a lot.
People can't do it like we can do it. They can't do it like we can do it. And so I'm making my plug right there. Like, don't ban this play. Like,
don't ban it.
If everyone could do it, everybody would. Where's the camera? If everybody could do it, everybody would do it.
And no truer words were ever spoken about the brotherly shove. You know what I'm saying? We get in the brotherly shove. You know, everybody's talking about it more and more every week, in and out, every week, in and out. But the problem is, not everybody can do it. Not everybody can execute it. We've seen a bunch of teams over the past season try it now. Not one of them can pull it off. And the thing about this is, it's a different type of play. I know some people ain't going to like it because they can't stop it. Other people might think it's not a football play. But the truth of the matter is, the Eagles are the only ones who are able to execute it. And I'm sorry, y'all. It's here to stay, at least this season. And it should be here for the foreseen future. So I'm just happy that Nick Sirianni finally spoke up and said something, though, because I feel like it's been, it's kind of been this taboo thing, but finally having him like come out and like hang his nuts on it and just say like, yo, we can do it. Y'all have tried it. Y'all have failed. So it's evidently it ain't just a play that it's a cheat code. It's a cheat code because our quarterback gets in the gym and actually lifts. Tell your quarterbacks to go ahead and get busy with that. That's all I gotta say about it, But I'm just happy to hear Nick Sirianni spoke up about it. And yeah, you know what? Everybody, do go hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Swoop Boys. Make sure you subscribe to my affiliated Poppy page. I'm gonna start doing my Hey Poppies, like I said. I'm gonna start doing these either on Mondays or Tuesdays. I'm thinking Tuesdays just because it lets you get a wrap up of the whole weekend, whereas Monday is like, obviously it's most of the games, but then like we saw this Byard information comes in literally on the Monday. So if I would have did it yesterday like I was gonna do, we wouldn't have got to be able to talk about it now. So I really want to go ahead and have everybody go and start getting on these. But man, so yeah, hit the like, hit the subscribe, drop a comment in the after the video is over, and just say what you like, what you didn't like, what you want to hear more of when we're on here. What's up, babe? Hey, what's good? Appreciate you being here. Am I Philly bound for the Dallas game? As of right now, we are locked in. As long as Hey Poppy is back, it's a good week. Hey Poppy is officially back. We had the game in Los Angeles that kind of threw, the schedule's thrown off. You need like a week to acclimate to get back. And then it's just, y'all know how it goes when you be traveling and then you got life happens. But I need to make sure I'm doing the Hey Poppies at least once a week in the morning. So yeah, I think it's going to start being a Tuesday morning thing all the time. Are you concerned about Jalen's leg, or you think he's okay? I'm glad you asked. Drop some caps in the yes, sir. Drop some hats in the chat for the hat god. Appreciate that, Coz. My brother Cozy. Me and Cozy were arguing. I'm gonna get to this Jalen Carter question. I mean, to the Jalen's leg question, but me and Cozy was funny. We were arguing in a group chat about the offensive coordinator, and as soon as we really started getting at each other, it was like the offense exploded and the Eagles just started handling the Dolphins. So me and Cozy said we got to start arguing whenever the game gets going now to keep the juju going. So Coz, that's my boy. Got nothing but love for him. It's all brothers always argue and say shit to each other, but I got nothing but love for you, Coz. So Jalen's leg. So if we've been hearing Jalen was the last one to come out of the locker room at halftime. So basically what we ended up finding out was it's because he was getting fitted. He had a brace. He didn't have the brace. He went with one brace. He took it off. He had ended up coming out with a really small brace. Apparently, this leg injury has been something that he came into the game with. So this was not a new issue. This is something that Jalen has been dealing with. And it's funny enough, again, me and Cozy were saying Jalen in the first half, he kept getting swatted. He must be hurt because he didn't look right when he tried to take off and run at one point. And normally when you're seeing a guy get swatted so much, it obviously is like shorter quarterbacks that ends up being an issue, but it's usually when they're like not getting enough zip on the ball. Now, the past 2 weeks, Jalen has had a couple plays where he's tried to go ahead and fit the ball into some smaller places or try to zip it between two defenders, and he did not have the same kind of whip on it. This has been something he's been dealing with this season, and this makes a lot of sense on why he doesn't look as good when he's been trying to go ahead and run these QB draws, and when he's or had to kind of improvise with his legs. Am I worried about it? If it was a serious issue, he wouldn't even be there. This guy has been paid $250 million. He's the man. You're not going to risk your quarterback no matter how much he says he's good or wants to get out there. You're not going to risk your $250 million quarterback just to go ahead and make it happen. So I'm not worried about it until, Jalen's not going to let us know how serious it would be anyway. So, I mean, he's not panicked. The coaching staff doesn't seem panicked. We haven't gotten tomorrow's going to be like the real thing. We're going to see how it appears on the injury report because it hasn't appeared on the injury report yet. So that's what's so interesting because we have had multiple reports saying that they will go for the leg. They're always going to go for the leg though. They always will go for the leg because he's Jalen. But I mean, I'm a little nervous about it, especially playing divisional rivals next 2 games. It's going to happen. Appreciate that. Chat. Hats in the chat. I mean, look, it's a leg injury. So at the end of the day, it's an injury. Injuries are never good. Having your main guy injured is never good. I don't like that. But the fact is, he played through it. He didn't leave the game. The only thing that had really made me have alarm is that we did get the report that Mariota at one point was warming up. Helmet was on. He was warming up. He was ready to go out there. So for whatever reason, someone said something to make him think that. I don't like that. But yeah, Coach saying that. So let me say, but we get through 2 games, we get the bye, and he can heal up. Yeah, and that's gonna be big. Little leg massage. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna need to get that nice rub down. Not the Deshaun Watson kind, though. Appreciate that, Mark. Appreciate that, brother. Always appreciate the love. Yo, so I think so. I want to know. This is the last thing, and then I'm gonna jump to the Phillies, and then I'm gonna head out of here. You know, I like to keep these short. Are you guys just excited, like, for the gauntlet now? Because this is the gauntlet part of the season, right? And I don't know, man. The Jets loss was a bummer. We ain't talking about that no more. Because you know what? We beat the Dolphins, and we beat them pretty convincingly. I know they were banged up, but we were too. All right? We were banged up too. And, bro, our defense was able to hang with that offense. And now I'm looking at the gauntlet part of the schedule, and it ain't looking so gauntlet-y all of a sudden to me. All of a sudden, our guys is looking a little bit more cock strong. You know what I'm saying? I already got trust in Jalen. I already have trust in AJ. Dallas Goedert's warming up. I don't know. This gauntlet part of the schedule doesn't seem to be that bad. We needed the Jets loss. Humble pie. We needed the humble pie to go ahead and get us in that mindset. Like, we know we're that good, but let's stop feeling ourselves so much. At the end of the day, we didn't win the Super Bowl last year. We lost. So let's stop feeling ourselves. Let's stop feeling like we're going to skate on by everybody, even though our floor is what we've been given and still winning. We needed that punch in the face to go ahead and get, all right, we got some act right now. I think we might drop one game in this gauntlet of the hard part of the schedule. And I don't think it's going to be a bad loss. I think it's just going to be a loss where it's like it came down to the wire type deal. So I'm not feeling like we should be too worried. I'm feeling real good going into this next part. So, you know, that's how I feel about the Eagles. That's how I feel about Jalen. That's how I feel about, you know, Mr. Byard coming to town. I can't wait to watch that press conference. Last thing, we got a big Game 7 tonight, y'all. Big Game 7. We shouldn't be here, but unfortunately we are right now. And boy, oh boy, I don't like it. For the first time in franchise history, the Philadelphia Phillies have to face a Game 7. It's just like, Nola, I was ready to give you a whole contract, whatever you wanted, whatever you needed, signed, sealed, and delivered. But here you come with this bullshit start you gave us yesterday. Dog, like, I just don't know for someone to be so solid all playoffs, you know, for the past month or so, and then to come into a game so important like last night and just absolutely just he didn't have his hand. It's like he couldn't grip the ball the right way. He wasn't getting the right spin on it. His hand was to the side and not on top of it. He just wasn't able to pitch. I don't know, man. It was a bad look. And now here we go. We are in a fight with this team. And a team like this, Diamondbacks, with these D-backs, they're young, they're hungry, and it's like we've been saying, bro, you don't know what you don't know. So now they got the big dogs in a Game 7 on the rope. And you know what they say, Game 7, anything can happen. Now it's literally anybody's thing. The pressure is on Philly right now. The pressure's on our guys. We were supposed to take care of business last night, and we didn't. And now these guys, they're feeling a little bit more comfortable. They're in our home. They felt they finally won a game there. It's a little bit, you know, like, I don't like it. I don't like it. But what I do like is Ranger Suarez on the bump. Ranger, cool, calm, and collected. Ranger don't give a you know what. Ranger's going to go out there and be that man. He's going to be himself. He's going to be chill. And I think that kind of calming is going to permeate throughout the whole clubhouse today. And we need it. All hands on deck. You already heard Topper. So, I mean, it's going to be a battle. Look, I fully 100% expect the Phils to win. You know what I'm saying? We've been to too much to go ahead and stop now. It's do or die. And like I said, y'all, you see, I got my brother, Broad Street Rims. We got the Love Park because we're going to feel that love in Philly tonight. It's a closeout game, baby. As nerve-wracking as a Game 7 can be, it's about to be a lot of fun, man. I think the Fightins are going to go ahead and pull through. And if not, we're going to, at least we still got our Eagles. But nah, I'm not even thinking like that. Phillies in 7, off to the World Series. And the thing about this World Series is going to be a lot more fun because we're playing the Texas Rangers. F the Astros. Who gives a damn about them? Ha ha, your season's done. A lot of Texas Rangers fans are actually Cowboys fans because that part of Texas is right there. So we're basically getting Cowboys, Eagles in baseball form. All right. So even if you're not a Phillies fan, all my Eagles homies, y'all know you got to jump on. My boy Todd is even saying, let's go Fightins, ring the bell. Come on, baby. I love it, man. Pray for the parlay. Especially after beating a hot, bro. So, hey, man, I appreciate y'all. Like I said, hey, Poppy, we're coming back every Tuesday morning around this time. I'm going to get a set and schedule. But, hey, I love each and every one of y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through, hanging out on the lunch break with your boy. Like I said, ring the bell. Fightins, we got a big one tonight. Let's get it. And, y'all, that's all I got to say about that. Peace.
Hey, yo, Pop.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, yo, Poppy, what's poppin', B?
Hey, Poppy.
Hey, Poppy.
Ah,